We're now recording. All right. If this falls over, or gets knocked down, or implodes, or explodes, or any variety of destructive nature, then just know that it's not my fault, and I tried, and Townsend, I totally didn't misplace the camera this time.
Does it have a history of like falling over?
No, but the tripod it's on can't be tightened. Like the swivel up and down part of it can't be tightened, so now it's sort of like balanced on a dime.
Why can't it be tightened?
Because it broke. Townsend gave me the broken one.
It?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of these things. I just work here.
Same though.
Okay, so, you don't have this time.
I know. Like I said this morning, I was like, should I bring it? But I want to sleep more. And if I sleep more, I don't have time.
So he saved you all from having to sing by bringing his guitar, so you can play your funky music, white boy.
Funky music, white boy?
Oh yeah, do it. Podcast. My name is Morgan Dragon. We're with Dalton Bruce, and today in our studio, it feels like it's been exactly 2 weeks and 5 days since we've been in the studio.
Crazy, how about that?
We are doing an episode. I'm not in the middle. We're doing an episode on the Science Olympiad. It's an Olympiad of science. Ow.
Not academic Olympics.
Yeah, that was last week. Now it's Science Olympiad. There's a lot of Olympics. I'm going to go around the table, introduce your first and last name, and then the field of science that you're most interested in. So, start over here.
Question. What if I don't want to give out my last name?
The last name's Heston. Yeah. Okay. So, over here.
Andrew Erickson and probably geology.
Alright.
Alexis has, like, chemistry and physics.
Okay.
Dakota Munson, anything to do with animals, zoology, ecology.
Okay.
What's your favorite branch of science, Morgan?
Probably astronomy.
Nice.
That's a good one.
That's good.
What were you expecting?
About the same, honestly. But I figured our audience would want to know.
Okay.
Gotta get those views up.
What about you?
Views
Oh, same.
Science do you like?
Astronomy.
can't
Astronomy and physics.
There you go.
Oh, not music theory?
Music theory's not a science.
It's a math.
It's not a
really
science.
bad. It's
all
like a fine art.
It's all mathematical relationships.
Alright, if I had... Oh, jeez. If I picked one that, like, a science that wasn't...
A science that wasn't.
Like a science...
We're off to a good start today.
Go with psychology if you want science that wasn't.
Freud is rolling in his grave. Alright. Okay. So, what is Science Olympiad?
Science Olympiad is a series of science-based competitions that you have, like biology, chemistry, physics.
You can't do all of the talking.
Geology.
But she's
I'm going to do all the talking. I'm explaining what it is. You asked the question. I do
Because these two just sort of defaulted to you. So.
That's what happens during the meetings too.
Like, what did we say? It's like, oh. Okay. It's a series of competitions that covers a wide variety of sciences. There are test events, lab events, and build events.
Alright. I'm going to go around the table and ask what your favorite one of those kinds of events is and why. So let's start over here with Dakota.
I like the tests because I'm very good at memorizing information very quickly.
Okay, what's your favorite test you've done so far?
Ooh.
And look at the camera, not at me.
I would have to say Dynamic Planet last year because it was all about the ocean.
Alright. Now over here.
What's the question again?
What is your favorite kind of activity in Academic Olympics, and what has, like...
We're Science Olympiad,
Science
not
Olympiad.
academic Olympiad.
Science Olympiad. I'm still...
We should have a counter for
Just
like...
It's going to get higher real quick. Okay, so, your favorite type of activity and your favorite actual activity of that kind.
Well, this is actually my first year doing Science Olympiad,
Okay.
so I haven't done this before, so I don't really know what's fun and what's not.
Alright, so what do you think will be your best? Like your favorite out of the ones you've chosen? Because I know you guys have chosen events so far.
Make
Sure, we're recording.
We were like assigned and chose events.
Probably
We were.
robotic arm. Probably robotic
yes.
arm.
Yeah.
Robotic
If
arm.
you need any help with that, by the way, my teacher is robotics.
You should make the robotic arm play the guitar.
You should make a... You should...
I'm in your class.
It actually has to pick up pennies, so...
Wow, such simple tasks compared to making two arms.
I mean, you can build one too if you want. We're happy to get more members.
I don't have time. I'm in Academic Olympics, which ironically is on the same day as Science Olympiad.
It seems like it was poorly planned.
Well, you see, Century has prom, Science Olympiad, and state skills all in the same weekend.
Yeah, but
Talk about
Century.
planning.
LHS prom.
LHS.
April
prom.
1st.
April 1st.
I feel bad for my
Bad day.
That's
siblings.
a really bad
Yeah,
day.
I feel bad for my siblings that go to Century.
Can we just move it up one day, please? Okay.
Do you want to go to the prom with me? Psych!
I'm waiting for that to happen because you know there's going to be a
There's gonna be one.
All right. So, you next.
Okay, my favorite event is forensics. It's a lab event, and you basically solve a crime, and it's my favorite because I took first in regionals last year with my partner, so hoping to do that again.
Forensics.
So yeah, I know how to get away
Mildly
with murder.
triggered.
Mildly.
Yeah, just don't say that. You wiped away the frost.
That class was fun, but
Okay. I had a question. It was regarding specifically newcomers to Science Olympiad. So this is your first year. Has there been a Science Olympiad meeting yet?
Oh yeah, there's been plenty.
Okay, so what is it like as, I assume you're a freshman, what is it like as a freshman coming into Science Olympiad?
Well, I'm not like most people. I am very antisocial and I don't get nervous, so I'm not the best one to ask.
you fit in well here. Dakota, how would you like to answer this?
Well, is this your first year, Dakota?
No, but
Nonsense.
it was my first year last year.
It's your first year in high school Science Olympiad.
Yeah.
Alright, is there a big difference?
Not really. Some of the events are either more complicated or have less information but more in depth.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Alright.
So I got a question for the leader here. The ringleader.
These are my subjects.
These are my qualifications. So is there any tie between Science Olympiad and TSA, because they sound very similar, and I was in TSA in middle school?
They are very similar, but there are pretty distinct differences. I'm not entirely certain how TSA works, but from what I understand, it's all hands-on technology-based events where Science Olympiad covers like biology, physical sciences, physics, chemistry. It's a wider topic base, and there are 3 different types, like the build, the test, and lab. Yeah, the build, test, and lab events are all options to do.
Where TSA was just like, build things,
Yeah.
do
so
it good, and
It's
win.
a little bit more of a variety, and it covers all of the sciences as opposed to just focusing on the technology.
Nice.
Okay. Hess, how many years is this for you?
It's my 4th year doing it. We actually changed coaches this year because our coach from last year had other obligations. So in December is usually when we would like to get started. We'll have our first meeting. We'll be like, who's in for this? What events are you looking at? And we'll kind of figure it out over Christmas break. So in December, I went, back in October, I went to our coach and I was like, hey, you're doing Science Olympiad this year? And they're like, no. And I was like, what? So I spent a good 2 months tracking down a coach, and I was able to convince Mr. Walls, who graciously accepted to be our coach for this year.
So
It took a while.
It did.
I was about
Science
ready to
Olympiad this year then?
She really is.
I don't want to say that.
It's your
because
fault.
It's not my fault.
It's all on you, right? It's all on
How
you.
is Science Olympiad a bad thing?
No, I'm not saying it's a
Well,
bad thing. I'm
it
just
was-
saying she is the cause for the
You can
effect.
It was
take,
a
you can
good
take
thing.
fault for good things.
Yeah, well, well, I didn't want it to go away because last year was the first year that Legacy had a team. I did a couple years in middle school, but because last year was the first year Legacy had a team, we had 20 people sign up and 7 people showed up on competition day. But
Wasn't last year also the first year Legacy was open?
No, Legacy's been around for 4 years, but
Yeah.
like the building's only been open for 2.
You know how the
Yeah.
phrase is tradition starts here? Our tradition is doing something completely different in a
And-
different building every year.
Yeah.
But when we're gonna here graduate, we'll have been in 3 different buildings and had 3 or 4 different schedules. Because we did the block, the
3
8
different
years, and the block.
schedules.
3 different schedules.
Well, technically 4 because they're doing Saber Time differently this year.
Yeah, but
Are they?
Mildly.
Oh.
Yeah. So. But
Yeah.
back to Science Olympiad. Anyway, this is what we're here for. But of the 7 people who went to regionals last year, we all took first in at least one of our events. Some took first in more of their events. So we missed state by 5 points last year, so ultimately, like for my senior year, my goal is I want to make it to that state tournament at least once because it's a good time.
Can you go to nationals?
We can go to nationals if we win state. BHS has been the reigning champions at state and Science Olympiad for the last 4 years, but they graduated all their seniors who were really the powerhouses of that team. So, keeping in touch with one of my friends from that team, she thinks that we're going to be one of the big powerhouses this year, which is a lot to live up to because we're on people's radar because of last year. They know that Legacy Science Olympiad is something that can be reckoned with, and they know that we didn't make it to state because we didn't have all of our events covered. So we have some high expectations that we have to meet. We haven't really discussed that in the meetings yet, but we are on people's radar. They're watching us. They know that we can be a viable threat.
So many dropouts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, what interested you in joining Science Olympiad? I'll start over here.
This walls convinced me.
Oh, okay. That's it? That's all you got?
Need a break from Taekwondo.
Same though.
Did you take Taekwondo as well?
Delayed.
Well, because remember, I did Taekwondo for 6 years. I was like, I'm not having this anymore. So
What
I
belt
started-
were you?
I was red.
I'm black, first degree.
My God, it's not.
But I'm
Okay, okay.
It's not a competition.
Girls, you're both pretty. Let's just move on.
Andrew, I'm not afraid. Fisticuffs now.
He'll bring out his rapier, all right?
This is the fight. This is the fighting portion.
That's for stabbing. I'd easily be able to just go boom.
But those
Yes,
swords
I
are
love when my hand goes
16 pounds.
Okay.
Crack.
What interested you in joining Science Olympiad
This
Three those
year,
way more than me,
just
probably.
in general?
Well,
I
I was one of the main factors in starting at Shiloh because I wanted to do it the year that the main coach, he had a kid. So he had other obligations that he had to take care of, and that was my 6th grade year. There was no one to do it in 7th grade. We didn't even really have a science teacher so much, and she wasn't interested in Science Olympiad anyways. And in 8th grade, we had a principal.
So bad at
Fine.
We're in science for a reason because we don't talk to people.
We
We're
had
talking to people.
You're actually maintaining eye contact instead of avoiding it. Okay.
We had a principal who had done Science Olympiad in his high school career. He had coached it, I think, 1 or 2 years, and then also my science teacher had done it both in middle school and in high school, so I finally had like what I needed to do to start it. I just had to keep nagging.
Jeez, I don't have headphones on when I'm gaming. And so when I look at the camera, I just immediately turn back to whoever is talking because that's just happened to mine when I don't have a headset on.
It's gonna be fine.
It's a good habit when I'm listening to a teacher.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Huh? That's a good question.
Well, because you've only asked like 2 of them.
I've been working hard.
I have a question. Can I ask a question?
I'm sure.
Okay. So we have a variety of events in Science Olympiad. What do you think you would be the best at?
Should I get my sheet out?
Yes, if you could. We'll get a
I
list
don't
out.
have it.
This
but
is the first time the
it's all the way
hosts
over
have been
there.
questioned. It's just
I'll pull it up real quick.
I'm not used to
Walls
this.
Walls keeps telling me because he's really pushed for you to join, even though I can't. He keeps telling me you guys need a tower built.
Yes, we
Which
do.
I am going into civil engineering and architecture, so that is something I would probably do
It's just
if I
3
went into
printed.
it. I'm guessing there's.
There are certain materials and certain requirements that you have to meet.
we can check. I'm sure plastic
And
is not
some
the
people
approved
that
building
it's
material.
mainly
You can also
hollow
3D
probably
print.
wouldn't work.
It's
No,
not
look.
mainly hollow.
No,
It's not mainly hollow.
No, you can change the infill so it goes from hollow to
Yeah.
solid, but it just costs
Alright.
way more to make.
So I'll read you guys a list. You guys
Okay.
think about what you think you're going to be the best. If you have any questions about what they are,
Odd feeling.
go ahead and ask. All right. So there's ecology, invasive species,
Phone stop vibrating.
microbe mission,
Thank
anatomy and physiology, disease detectives, hovercraft, wind power, materials science, optics, forensics, chemistry lab, hydrology, game on, write it, do it, experimental design, electric vehicle, robot arm, towers,
I just look
helicopters.
There's so many.
Science. That's why there's a lot of us.
I just look over and they're just like,
Hold on, we got 4 more. Rocks and minerals, remote sensing, dynamic planet, and astronomy. So I'll give you this. You can go ahead and look through the list.
Experimental design.
I'm gonna go with
The last one she said was astronomy.
Experimental design.
What's
We
game on?
need a
What's game on?
tower.
Game On is designing a video game.
I mean, I already do
What's
that.
at Morgan?
I already
Can
do
you
that.
Start
say-
scratch.
I don't use Scratch. I use an actual video game engine.
Oh, shots fired.
I mean, yeah.
Well, tell us your problems with Scratch.
I don't have any problems with Scratch. It's just really simple.
Do you guys want to see your
It is
t-shirt?
really
It's
simple.
super punny.
Our
Have
t-shirt.
a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a t-shirt.
We're a team. We have a t-shirt.
Normally, we're the one making the merchandise, not you guys.
Yeah. This has turned into a completely flip-flop.
This is their podcast now.
Yeah, say hi.
Science Olympiad Plus.
It's the Hess Drew Bosch cast at this point.
What?
Drew Pengely and Austin Bosch have also laid claim to this podcast.
This is like one of those.
It's a super.
Oh, by the way,
super
Wow.
you're
funny shirt.
fencing.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Your fence.
But I don't
have
think
footage of
we're
this
actually
action.
selling them, are we?
I watched
What?
it.
We're not actually
We're not selling them.
Yeah, I don't
This
think
is
so.
if you want a t-shirt, come join Science Olympiad
just
because
have-
they're super punny.
on my
And it says we have the solutions because we're science geeks.
I mean, are those solutions though? They could just be suspensions.
Oh.
Just asking, you know, just asking.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Fair point, I guess.
You gotta get a new shirt. Sorry.
No, we're sticking
No.
with that one.
I assume that took an amount of time to make.
Just like we have
Like
the
an hour.
solution.
It wasn't an hour, was it?
It's like an hour and a half. It didn't take very
I was doing something else.
You pay a lot of attention, don't you?
Well, Dakota,
No, I was doing
I was eating
Avon
spaghetti.
and she...
I was eating
spaghetti.
dry spaghetti.
When did we forget kindergarten?
Ooh.
How
what?
to talk one at a time.
Yeah, that's it. I still say
No
we
one
need
ever does
we
that.
need an LHS plus talking pillow. We just
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say.
Here.
Yeah.
If you have the talking pick, you can talk.
that will last
Thank
1
you.
second.
You don't have the talking pick. You can buy
There's a new talking pick in play. Reclaiming it. Okay,
it.
so
I mean, we could.
Hey.
I did not mean to drop that. Okay, I'm taking it back. Taking it back. All right.
You just hit your ring on the wall and you pause for a moment.
It's fine. All right. What is it? So 5 years, 2 years, first year. I'll go around the table. What is something that you are excited about for this year? Let's start with Hess. Solid response.
Right? I'm excited to have a bigger team than we did last year, and a lot of them seem more dedicated than they have been in the past. We have a lot of freshmen, which is good because it'll keep it going for a really long time with that experience, and they'll hopefully make it to nationals one day. So I'm very
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
excited to have a full
Don't you
team.
mean
One
this
day,
year?
this year.
This year. I'm sorry. Are you afraid of us?
He's prepared. He's warming up the guitar.
I do have one
All
more
right.
question
Okay.
after this
Oh,
one.
all right.
After this
You.
one.
Do you remember the question?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I'm just very bad at answering questions on the spot unless they're like fact stuff.
All right. Quick. Who is the 22nd president of the United States?
John Adams.
Is
Like,
that
That's not right.
Okay. I don't think John Adams. Was there a John Adams president?
Yes!
Who's the second president?
You're even worse than me.
All right. I'm better at asking questions than I am at answering them.
I know, right?
All right. So, looking forward to this year.
You can always say winning. It's a solid answer.
Or
Andrew's very excited for our t-shirt color.
Is there a story behind this?
Okay, everybody can tolerate or enjoys the t-shirt color that we picked. It's like a bluish gray, and Andrew's like, can we change the color? I hate this color. This is a terrible color. We're like, Andrew.
Bosh, put a picture of whatever this color is on the screen,
Oh
please.
gosh.
I'll email you our.
Alright.
But
Yeah.
no, Andrew's like, I hate this color. We can't have it. I'm like, Andrew, worst case scenario, you have to wear it 3 times. So.
Is that 3 times too many? You look emotionally distraught right now.
It's so funny though, because Andrew's the only one who's upset about this t-shirt color, and I'm sorry.
I mean, I helped you pick it out. Like, you had me walk over it.
I immediately
I'm like,
told
I'm
you
doing something. You're
I
like,
immediately
don't
told you
care.
I did not want teal, man. I immediately
Well,
told
we
you I
didn't
did not
pick
want
teal.
We didn't pick teal.
It's not teal.
It's gray.
Oh, it's gray?
Yes. Via you.
I mean-
because you're the person who said gray.
Oh, you changed it?
Yeah.
It's the same color it was when I showed you.
Show
See,
him.
this is an
Show
emotional
him.
roller coaster. In the meantime, something you're excited about
Color.
this year.
My partner is actually being dedicated because last year it was pretty much just me and my events.
Blue and gray makes that. If we when
It is
we
fine.
get to national, we'll be able to get a different uniform.
When we get
No.
to nationals, we have to make a new t-shirt anyway, because
Yeah.
it has some of our state on
Yeah.
it, so.
Don't say if, only when.
Only when. We're going to nationals.
Okay. So, is that what you're excited for?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, having partners that are more dedicated
Right?
because last year it wasn't
Okay.
going too well.
How many members do you have now compared to last?
Oh wait, I never answered the question. Right. This one shows me a new gadget every day.
Okay. I didn't understand a word you said.
Mr. Walsh.
He has a bunch of these.
Oh,
Yeah,
gadget.
yeah.
Gadget.
Yeah,
I thought
he
you
has a bunch of
said...
these things. Like he has this stuff.
I don't know why that he goes like this.
Where you just take it a bit.
My
Oh
grandma's
my
it was like rubbing.
You put it.
Someone
Hey.
He has
If you have
this.
that picture, please send it to us.
He has this like fire pump thing where you just take a tab of tissue paper and then you just drop it in. You seal the lid and then you just go boom.
It's a combustion reaction.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Alright. So how many members?
I think we're sitting at 25, the last number I heard.
And how many did you have last year?
7.
My goodness. Alright.
Nice.
A
Well,
lot
if you
of
would...
people dropped out. A lot.
If you would like to make that number bigger, just contact, I assume, Walls for signing up.
Yep, Mr. Walls, what's his name? A001?
Like 01. Yeah.
A001, somewhere in the A wing.
201. He's on the set.
Oh yeah, he's on the second floor.
Actually, third floor.
Yeah, I got accepted to the honors program.
It's gonna be alright. Okay, so play us out, young bard. I'm gonna call you Bungo from now on. Okay, thank you all everybody so much for watching the LHS Plus podcast. My name has been Morgan Drake. I've been here with my lovely assistant Dalton Bruce. Here with us has been
Andrew Erickson.
Alexis.
last name. Come on.
And Dakota.